welcome to the news. This is Mandy Peterson, Carol Peterson, and me, Joni Peterson. No, we're not related, as you'll soon find out. Mandy is going to start us off with a very interesting weather report. Please listen to her.
Hola. Me llamo Margarita. Wait, start again. I can't even say Margarita. Carl.
News. This is Mandy Peterson, Carol Peterson, and Joni Peterson. That's me. We are not related, as you'll soon find out. Mandy is going to tell us the first story. Please listen to her. It's a very interesting weather report. Go ahead, Mandy.
Gracias, Joni. Me llamo Mandy. Yo hablo español, pero hablo inglés. Para ellos comprenden. Well, in most of the major areas today, Yakima, Spokane, other important places around Washington, there's been quite a lot of snow. This is important to note because the roads have been icy and slick. It's Christmas, and my mother, who is sick in the hospital, we have not been able to go visit her. She has a small dent in her head, similar to another story that we've done on a famous person. So,
who's your mother?
Suyama Midge.
Midge. That's my mother's name.
No.
Like my mother's name?
No.
And we're not even related.
No.
Oh dear.
This is strange.
This is very strange. Mitch Peterson.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry about your mother.
You know what? The news isn't important at this point. I'm going to put out a plea. For anybody who knows. No, a plea. Not a plea. A plea.
I said a plea.
She's Irish and she doesn't always, get our American lingo. But if anybody knows about our families and how we might be connected, we're willing to give a big cash reward, which Carl will detail a little bit later. Joni, take it away.
What am I talking about?
Movies.
I love to talk to you about movies. We've got great movies, and I know you're probably on the edge of your seat right now, so I won't keep you waiting. We got 4 movies for you tonight, and I must say I favor others more than some, but I am going to give them all a fair review. I watched them all without any bias or anything, so not that any good looking actors act in any of them, but anyway, we're going to do these 4 movies: Mission Impossible, Homeward Bound, The Nutty Professor, and Tombstone. First, let's start with Tombstone. Well, that's a good one. Val Kilmer's in it. Need I say more? 5 stars. Second one, Mission Impossible. Very good. Tom Cruise. Need I say more again? 5 stars. Now we've got Homeward Bound. 2 dogs and a cat.
Need you say more?
Need I say more? 1 star. The Nutty Professor. Now, this one is very good. See, Jerry Lewis is in this movie, and he is a very funny man. And you see, half the time he is very unattractive, but I gave it 5 stars anyway because it was hilarious. It made me laugh my gut out. So there we have the review. Remember, Tombstone, 5 stars. Mission Impossible, 5 stars. In fact, I might even give this one 6 stars, although it's illegal to do that. The Nutty Professor, 5 stars. Homeward Bound, 1 star. It is a good family movie though. So if you have really small children who don't mind watching dogs and cats run around and talk to each other, get this one.
Joni, could I ask you a question?
You can ask me a question.
Would you prefer the viral, attractive spontaneity of Jerry Lewis or the sometimes mediocre, is that a word? Acting ability of Tom Cruise?
Oh dear. Are you suggesting I'm insane to think that Jerry Lewis, because of his acting ability, would be more desirable than Tom Cruise?
But
I
I
hope you're not suggesting that, because that would be insane.
I didn't say his acting ability. I specifically said his attractive spontaneity.
Well,
viral
I think
nature.
any way you put it, it would be insane not to say that Tom Cruise.
Let me ask you a question, though, and this centers a little bit more on family values. Is it his acting, or is it that you just appreciate the scenes where he's just wearing his little t-shirt and his muscles are bulging out everywhere?
Well, dear. Yes, Carol, show us your muscles. Because the people out there need to know what Manny's talking about.
Yeah.
And you're pretty darn close.
Yeah.
And
Show us. Just flex those puppies.
to have a big, long sleeve.
Okay.
That I can't.
If not for the sleeve.
I can't.
Well,
Can't
you can
watch
see him
those.
there. Don't break your shirt, dear. God, sakes alive. We don't want your shirt to be broken on live television.
Johnny, you seem to be evading my question.
Evading? What does evading mean?
What? Well,
Tell us. Would you please... Maybe I should get the dictionary.
since you are new to our country,
I don't even live in this country. I'm here because you need me. Okay?
I love you too.
Oh, I love you too. Too. Yes. I love you too.
Let's introduce. Carl's got a news-breaking story for us this evening.
It's breaking the news.
It's breaking the news, and it would be to your advantage to pay close attention.
Pay close attention. I'll say that one more time. Pay close attention. Carl, take it away.
The problem all year round, especially at Christmas time, is counterfeit money.
Are you saying counterfeit money still exists around?
Yeah, it does, and it's more expensive than when it first.
This
when
would
it
never
first was
happen
made.
in Ireland. No way. We may have bombings,
It's more
but we don't have
expensive
counterfeit money.
A $50 counterfeit dollar would be $25. It would be half price. $20 would be $10 half price.
Dear.
$10.
Oh my gosh. $5? Oh dear.
$5 to
Half
$5
price.
cents. And there's the more technology that is made, the bigger chance of a good counterfeit can be made. The naked eye cannot tell the difference between this 50 and this 50.
I sure can't.
And I can't understand why there seems to be an arm attached to the money.
The thing is,
That's the
my eyes aren't even naked and they can tell the difference.
oh.
I can't tell the difference. My eyes aren't even naked.
The only thing that can detect these are scanners, and this is a very, very well done counterfeit.
It is
Except
upside
it's
down.
upside down.
It is excellent.
Who is this person in the middle?
Well,
He's the guy on this one.
he looks,
He's on the
he looks
guy.
like he got his 2 front teeth for Christmas.
Carl, I have a question for you. If I can get my money half off somewhere else, why would I want to pay the full price for it?
Hey, that's a good question.
Thank you. Is it like the after Christmas sale
Well-
at Nordstrom? Hey.
Well, not really, because now we have high tech scanners. So the
Darn
money scanners, they
technology,
have
you know?
them. They usually use them over. They usually don't use a scanner on $10 bills and under. They might use it on a 10, and they probably wouldn't use it on a 20. But that's
I
just
can't imagine why
yeah.
they would.
because it's not a lot of money for a store that brings in hundreds of thousands of dollars a week.
So if you're going to use counterfeit money,
Use the
Just make sure
small.
you use small bills.
Yeah, because they usually don't check those.
They
Right.
don't check if you
If
bring
you're
in
over 20,
a
they're
$10,000
$10,000
bill, they'll probably check it.
They probably will.
I don't know why, but they probably would.
So you want to be careful of that. Carl, thank you for
So
that very
now on to the
insightful.
pet of the week.
Pet of the week. Assistant, could you bring me the pet that I'll be talking?
Now it is. I just pressed it.
Maybe you turn it off for a second.
How long?
It shut off.
We'll go back and check it. Go ahead, keep going.
This right here is the pet of the month. Carol, could you get your nose out of the dog's fur, please?
Carl, could you tell us why?
Because he's rated R. It's a new dog rating. There's R for
Chancellor, look
retarded,
at the camera.
right?
Look at the camera.
There's
Look at the
FT.
camera.
FL. I mean, fat lard. Chancellor qualifies for L and
Are you saying
F-
this?
L.
Are you saying he's
I-
a fat lard?
R. He qualifies for R,
Doesn't
which
look
is
like any
retarded,
lard.
and fat lard, because he's
Carl, we're
he's
trying to get
overweight.
somebody to
He's
take this
overweight.
dog.
Carl.
Oh, well, he's a very good dog because he sleeps on your carpets and poos in your house, or he barfs, or he barfs only when you feed him scraps. So, and don't take him in cars because we aren't so sure about that. He might barf.
Okay, can I talk now because I believe I need to read.
I
the
might
situation.
need to make an introduction as well, but I'll wait till
Well,
after
you know, Chancellor
Chancellor-
just barfs a little bit. Not all the time.
Chancellor
He
Carl.
just barfs on new
Carl.
drugs, things like that. Only things that people like.
Do we
and-
need to get
and-
you spayed?
And he swallows chicken bones.
Chancellor
Quite a bit
is
around
spayed.
Thanksgiving.
Carol, shut your mouth, please.
Yeah, Chancellor's spayed.
Carol, shut your mouth.
Except there is one thing about
Let
that.
Carl finish.
There is one thing.
I think he
Um,
was finished. Excuse me, this is a
ago.
professional broadcasting system.
He was spayed, but the spade was
From a deck of cards, and we all
Was
know that does
undone.
not work well.
and the spade was undone. So now Chancellor
The spade
can have
was
babies.
undone. I hate it when I play cards and that happens. My spade is undone.
Look how cute this little guy is. You know you want him. Hey,
That.
how are you doing today? Well, I just wanted to say one more thing about the dog. Make sure you call this number if you want to see the dog or if you actually want to take the dog. The number is 966-1627. That is 966-1729. Thank you.
2719. Sorry.
No,
Or
62795.
5-9.
95. You got it. That's it.
Or you can simply
452
dial 452 dogs.
452 dogs or 452 CATS is what he would call. So that's that. Okay, now Mandy has a very nice holiday recipe for us. I hope you'll all try it. It's wonderful. Mandy, you're smashing my arm.
Well, pardon me, Joni, the Irish woman. Well, most
Hey,
of
that's
you.
right.
Bodily noises are usually not appropriate on a broadcast, so let's just try to keep them to a minimum.
Try to keep those toots contained.
I'm going to start now. It is Christmas, and so most of you have probably been eating since Thanksgiving, but all of us have a little bit more room left. Pay no attention to Joni. She's known to have these spaz attacks. We can't tell when they're going to happen. This always works, though. This is the remedy. Excuse me. Well, I'm sorry that we have to interrupt our newscast to do this. Now, okay. What I just used on her. Others, this will work on your unruly children as well. It is cream cheese. Usually the low-fat version is. We're all very fat conscious these days, so we want to be aware of that. Also, we cut up tiny little, very fine onions. And we also take that yummy chipped beef,
Mhm.
cutting it into very small slices. You guys aren't having any of my dip. If you don't
Small
stop it.
slices.
Very small slices.
Slices that are small.
And then you use wheat thins to dip it.
And then you
we
mix it
can't
all
be,
together.
Making a pro
Hopefully with someone who has bigger muscles than Carl.
Hopefully.
And I put it in a blender with the crackers, and then I drink it. So it's pretty good.
This is Mandy's segment, Carl.
That's just my.
It can
opinion.
also
That's
be
the
used
best
as a
way.
protein drink,
Yeah.
as Carl is so swiftly pointed out. I think we're done now, unless anyone has a question for one of us.
I have a question.
Yeah. So do I. What's cream cheese made out of?
must we sing this song?
Cream
Carl
cheese.
has a question for you, Joan.
No, I'm asking you. You ask me. The cream cheese.
The cream cheese.
Why is it better to buy the low fat?
Because it's less fat.
Well,
So you
what
don't
if
get
you're
as
not?
fat
what-
in your
what-
body.
What if you're very skinny and you want to get fat?
There are better ways. There are better sources to get your fat from than cream cheese.
Yeah, there's better sources.
Well,
you
you
order.
do need fat
You order.
to live.
Yes, you do.
Try some fat beef or something. Not fat cream
Oh.
cheese.
What is the meat
Saturated.
that we put in there? What kind of meat is it?
Chipped beef. Chipped beef.
Chipped beef. Beef that has been chipped.
Chipped.
So
It's a chip
is
of
this
the old
pretty
block.
low in fat?
Yes.
It's pretty
totally
and
sure?
it's low in fat.
Positive.
Look how pretty
Well,
it is.
It's Carl Buddy's
What about the salt?
chipped beef.
There is salt in that.
Okay, while this fascinating
There's
conversation
salt on a snail.
/
outside the
discussion
door.
on
Health. We must go save him. His little life. The little
is
poor
continuing to take
dear.
place, we're going to bring our little production to a close. We'd like to remind you, we'd each like to remind you of something. I would like to remind you to drive carefully and keep some dip on hand in case you happen to know anyone like the person sitting next to me. Jenny, what would you like them to take with
I
them?
would like to tell you that Christmas is a wonderful time of year. That's what this time of year is, you know. It's Christmas time.
Thank you,
And
Mandy.
be sure, I don't know if you know this one, but I wanted to leave you with this little I'm being
It's
signaled
very little.
that the show is coming to an end, so I'll have to get back to you on that one. Carl,
Your
last
your closing thought.
Bring flares in your car.
Good. Thanks for joining us
Au
this
revoir.
evening.
Oh, never mind.
Goodbye.
Bye. I'm not French. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. What you're seeing now is a Lego model of a rocket. And today on our show, we are going to have the man that made this. I know you're all excited, so we're just going to get right to it. Are we ready? Okay, would you please all welcome my first guest, Chancellor Snodgrass. Hey! How are you doing, Chancellor?
Good.
How do you have seat? So,
Oh, and thanks for
Chance,
that.
can I call you Chance? Okay, Chance. You make this for a living, right?
Mhm.
That's just amazing. How much do you get paid to do this?
Well, I get paid a regular amount if I every week
How
for
much?
just playing with
Do you
the
mind?
Legos.
Do you mind saying how much it is?
It kind of varies because if I make a big set like that, I can get paid $1,000 a piece.
But if you make something with one piece, you get
About 1,000. That's about $1,000. But most there are no sets with one piece.
How many things
I
do you make like that with a week? How
How many pieces are in that?
No, how many of sets, the big sets, do you make a week?
2 is my record.
Do you pick colors?
Well, I look at pictures first.
You look at like of the real rockets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then I design something.
Design something.
If the company doesn't make a certain part that I could that looks like that looks like an important part on the real thing.
Make it up.
Then I draw my sketch of it. Then I send it in to someone and they can make it.
Oh, really?
And then
How
I
much
have
do you
to
get paid for inventing a piece like that?
Actually, I don't get paid for that.
Oh, that's too bad. Maybe you should. Yes, I'll talk to him. Now, Carl, have you, Chancellor? Your middle name is Carl, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't go by Carl, so I'll call you Chance. Chance, now have you ever? Now, this is a totally serious question for you. Have you ever made a Lego set that has a flushing toilet?
Actually, there is a set. I mean this truly.
That you can use.
Well, you can't use it, but there's
okay,
and
a little one.
it doesn't hold water.
Oh,
But it does look like a toilet.
But it doesn't flush.
Looks just like a toilet.
Maybe you should work on that.
Mhm.
Yeah, work on a
big
flushing toilet. A big one. I'll put it in my bathroom.
Would
Would you like that?
Yeah.
I'll pay
They
for
do.
you. Pay it for you. I'll
Okay.
pay for it.
And they do make Lego telephones. So
Lego telephones. I've seen those. You know, I've seen them. They are quite expensive though. I'd say. So,
Legos are
what
expensive.
are your plans for the near future? You think?
I'm gonna stay in this business.
You're going to stay in this business. Do you have any projects you're working on right now that we should know about? Anything special?
Yeah, there's a new kind of well, that's a rocket
A
rocket launch.
Yes. I see that.
That's the name.
That's the name.
This is a totally different set,
I
right?
see somebody's head in our picture.
This is a totally different set.
That's a
but-
totally different set, but you can use
But
them
it
together.
goes with it.
Oh yes.
They're both
So what
in
are
a
you working on
launch
now?
pad. I'm working on this group of sets called Dark Forest.
Dark Forest.
It's
That
about
sounds
Robin
kind of
Hood.
evil. Oh, Robin Hood. Okay. So you have any kids? You don't.
Single.
You're single. Well, maybe I can get you a date sometime. Somebody in the audience. What? Can we sing a song? Carl, a chance. I keep calling you your middle name. I don't know why. Just stuck with me, I guess.
I don't think so.
Well, I think we should. What song should we sing, audience?
A U2 song!
Oh, I love you too. What song should we sing? Well, I'll sing it by myself. Okay. What should I sing? I mean, I need to know, audience. I know you love you too.
Where the streets have no name, Sunday, Bloody Sunday.
Where the streets have no name. Okay, we'll start with that one. I have to get rid of my accent here. Do you really want me to sing it?
Yes.
Okay. I want to run, I want to hide, I want to tear down the wall that hold me inside. That's enough for now. We have to have our next guest. I'm being signaled by my people. So, our next guest, I know everyone has heard of her. Everyone has heard of her, I know it. And I'd like you all to give a big welcome to my next guest, Buffy Vanderbuns. Yay!
Buffy.
How are you doing? It's so great to see you, Buffy.
It's good to see you too.
I don't have one.
Oh.
Yes. So, Buffy, your new movie?
Excuse me.
Your new movie, Chains on the Ankles. Now that was excellent.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, different from what I'm used to from you, because I remember, not that I ever saw any of these movies, but you were in some pretty provocative, revealing roles, I remember. Later, rated X section kind of things. But this is a big change for you. Was it hard to keep your clothes on?
Well, from where I grew up, it was always very hot. And I just kind of get this feeling when I've been closed in or clothed in. But no, I didn't really have a hard time with the movie. It was fine.
I would like to ask the cameraman to keep it still, please.
It's hard to find good help these days, isn't it?
It is.
Yes,
What?
it is.
What is wrong with these people
I
around
don't know.
here? You pay them good money, and what do? They just mess everything
I
up.
don't understand it myself.
I don't understand.
No, I feel the same thing about my
So-
camera.
Your role
Yes.
as a nun in a jail,
Right.
that just had to be a really stretch for your imagination.
Well,
Judging on your pagan roles before that.
it was somewhat, but it's amazing how in Hollywood everything is really quite connected.
Oh, yes.
Yes, it really is. I mean, and besides, I may have been playing the part of a nun, but I was playing the part of a nun in the midst of many people who were not nuns.
I see.
So it makes it very different. It's the whole
Was it
theme
hard
of the chains
To
on the
act
ankle.
out scene by scene by scene, the whole exercise with the jumping jacks, the whole dancing, with swing dancing, the whole ballroom dancing thing with chains on your ankles. Was that hard?
It really was, and I have to say, you're funny. I have to say that it was quite a surprise when I went to do the movie that we had swing dancing in the jail. I wasn't aware that had become
And a dungeon,
of
no
the-
less,
Yes, in a dungeon. I wasn't aware that had become part of the prison curriculum, as it so evidently has been. The DJ was just played by one of the wardens, and many of the prisoners were able to come out and dance with the restriction of having their feet chained. So it was a lot of big arm movements,
Oh, that's
as
nice.
you can well imagine.
So, no,
Good
was
break
it,
dancers.
was it weird for you since, we hear about Mother Teresa all the time, what a great person was she. Was it hard for you to see her as one of the inmates and find out the truth about her?
That was probably the hardest part of doing this project. But like I said once again, I may have been playing the part of a nun, but I was with a lot of people that weren't.
Yes. She,
Not even a boy.
You need to do something with this cameraman.
I think I too. You're fired.
Wait.
You're fired.
Do tell me something about your life and your experience with chains and ballroom dancing, because I know that you've got some stories too. This is not as uncommon as it may sound. Not
Well-
in Hollywood.
Well, after I was, the ballroom champion of the world, me and my partner, I kind of quit after that because there was no real thrill in it, because champion,
What's right?
always a champion, all, that kind of
Besides,
stuff.
after the death of Olaf, how could you go back? Your partner?
That's ice kitty.
No, you said you had a dancing partner, and I know it was Olaf. I've studied your life.
Dear. I had a dancing partner. He's alive. He's sitting over there, right there.
It's so
Could you bring
sad.
me my partner, please?
It's so sad when people are still touched in this way.
Because here he is right here. Isn't he a gorgeous guy? Now see, he's about as live as they come. Look at the camera.
We better talk about something else. This is a sad commentary on where your life has taken you. Please. Hey, this is supposed to be... I'm supposed to be in the spotlight here.
Okay, I would ask you another question. Now, do you think you'll ever go back to those
Well, I found them challenging at the time. I felt they really stretched me artistically.
Now, you did that really big one with that Bobbitt guy right after his surgery. How was that?
Well, I must say that he was a very troubled man. Sometimes we'd take naps during the screening, and he would always just wake up shrieking and screaming that someone was trying to cut off various limbs, and that was just not good for the whole atmosphere of the film.
But once you get your toe cut off, it's hard.
It is hard, yes.
It's hard to walk without your big toe. Have you ever tried?
I haven't.
It's hard.
So
it's hard to walk without your big toe.
But actually, after doing this movie, I've decided to join an order.
An order? Okay, what order are you going to join?
Well, I've thought about becoming a big contributor to the J. Crew order catalog.
Oh, yes.
So,
I'm with you on that one. I already support them.
Yes.
So I would recommend it, yes.
So I had to say this was a pretty big life change for me.
And I understand your biggest contribution to any sort of, what do you call it, charity kind of thing is to children who, how does it go? The ones at, the blind, one-eyed, earless, toothless, armless, legless, hole in the stomach, hairless children. Now that must take a lot of your money. Even though I can't think of one person in the world that has those problems, but it must take a lot of your money.
It takes more of my patience.
Your patience.
Yeah.
It's hard to talk to people that are dead.
It is. I found that. That's been one of the most frustrating things, and I've tried to do it, with mediums and stuff like that, but these kids just can't be reached,
It's so sad, but I'm really happy to hear that you're trying to reach out to them.
Thank you. I do that, and I also wear my red AIDS ribbon all the time. I just happened to look it up today.
Don't you have AIDS?
Not that I know of.
Oh, but I just heard that your boyfriend has AIDS.
Not that I know of.
Okay,
that crazy inquirer.
Folks, that's all we have for today. I'm sorry. I'm done with this guest. I think she can leave the stage now. It was so nice seeing you, dear. See you later.
Thanks.
No, tell those children I love them. Well.
Okay. Good part now. You're mean.
That was the very first one of that show.
Yeah, it was cute.
Next, we have coffee for Johnny.
Hello. It's nice to see you.
Hi. Now you're George Winston, right? You used to make cigarettes, but now you decided to go against it because you realized that all they are is a bunch of cancer sticks. Is that it?
Yeah. And I realized if I didn't quit it soon enough, I'd be in jail because of how they're figuring all this out. I really didn't know truly that they were addictive.
Yes.
Because I thought cigarettes were addictive, but I didn't know that
cigarettes were.
I don't know about watching this headless man on the screen.
Oh, I'm very sorry.
Well, you make cigarettes too. You do know that.
I'll take that.
Mr.
That does not
Winston.
belong on screen and on the couch.
Mr. Winston, you do know that you do make cigarettes too, don't you? You do know that the rest of the world knows that.
I do.
Yes, you do.
Actually, I stopped doing that in the 70s. I only made cigars after that.
Well, now personally, do you believe in smoking for yourself?
No, I've never done it.
You've never done it?
No.
Well, I'm sorry, sir. You're busted because we have a video of you smoking.
Let's see it. I'd like to see
Okay,
it.
look right up there. There you are. See you right there.
No.
That's you.
We see
That's
him.
you.
The audience sees him.
That's you. Oh, sir, Mr. Winston. What do you have to say for yourself? I can't believe this. But it was a pleasure to have this done on my show, to show what a liar you are. Don't take my dog. Don't take my dancing partner. Just get away. Mr. Winston, you cannot talk to dogs.
Excuse me, Mr. Winston's the stage manager. I'm going
Security!
to have to ask.
Security! 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 I'm composed. I'm very composed. Next on our show, I'd like to introduce an artist by the name of Figalani Snasnasrastasnurupatansnevitsko. Please welcome her to our show. Hello, Figalani. Sit down, please. Thank you.
Cut it off now.
Now, Figalani, your art, it is so full. It's so full, you know. How do you bring out the light in everyone's eyes?
Primer. No.
Chancellor!
Miro en los ojos de las personas. Yo pintando.
That's wonderful. I'm sorry that we are out of time today.
Yo pintando.
Yes,
La
if you'd like to sample, see some of Fugalani's art, you can go to the place where she shows it in Italy and in Spain. That's the only places you can see it, and it's expensive. Thank you.
Gracias.
It's very expensive.
Gracias.
So bring your checkbook, okay?
Sí.
Bye. Carl, turn it off.
Muchas moneda. Muy bien. Wait, let's sing a closing song.
Okay.
Should we do a Christmas song or a YouTube one?
YouTube's.
Okay, which one?
Which one do you know?
I know like the choruses.
I want to run. I want to hide. I want to tear down the walls that hold me inside. I want to reach out and touch the flames where the street had no name. Oh, oh, oh.
Let's do it. Oh.
I want to feel sunlight on my face.
Let's say goodnight. Thanks for
Good night,
joining us.
sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must say, good night, sweetheart. Good night.